There are many powerful beings within the Witcher universe. Sorcerers, druids, golden dragons, djinns, witchers, etc. But one character in particular seems to be a unique power within the world that everyone is interested in. I am, of course, speaking about Ciri, the Lady of Space and Time. Now, before we continue any further, I'd like to note that this video does contain major spoilers for The Witcher Season 1 and possible future seasons of the show. So if you're planning on watching Season 1 and want to avoid any spoilers, leave and come back after you're done. Ciri's power is a mystery to most characters within the Witcher saga and to the reader for the most part. The first time we learn of Ciri's incredible power is before she's even born. Her mother Pavetta is what is known as a source. A source is a person born with a powerful natural affinity for magical abilities. These abilities are immensely difficult to control after they have flourished, and without being focused, they can cause mental illness and even catatonic states. High-stress situations will typically trigger a source into unleashing their power, and untrained sources are, for the most part, uncontrollable, and their power manifests much like a panic attack would, suddenly and with little to no warning. This can lead to dire situations where mayhem and destruction are caused by the source, who in some cases have been known to destroy entire towns. Ciri's mother, Pavetta, first displayed her incredible power at her 15th birthday feast, where she was barely able to be contained by Geralt and Mousak. Her screams caused the castle to tremble and sent the party guests reeling back, unable to overpower the latent magical power contained within the young princess. But after Pavetta was calmed, her mother Calanthe noticed that she thought the power of their bloodline had skipped Pavetta as it did her. You see, the power of Ciri comes from her blood, and one of the most notable of her family tree was her great-grandmother Adalia, who was a sorceress and close friend of Tissaia de Vries, who trained Yennefer. It was said that Adalia could raise a drawbridge with just a twitch of her eyebrows. Ciri has what is known as the Elder Blood, which is the blood of Laura Durin's descendants. Laura Durin was a powerful elven sorceress whose bloodline had been tracked for generations all the way from her grandmother Adalia to Pavetta and to Ciri. Being a source with Elder Blood, Ciri has the same incredibly potent magical abilities as her mother. However, despite being trained by Yennefer herself, Ciri never was the powerhouse that her mother and great-grandmother were. Ciri's power was more focused on her ability to traverse space and time at will. This power manifested with the help and guidance of Little Horse, a unicorn Ciri had saved by using fire magic, which Yennefer had forbidden her to use. As Yennefer put it, fire is deceitful. Absorbing its energy unprepared can trigger unwanted pyromantic visions, often showing false events or the worst scenarios while promising the user to solve problems via the embrace of fire. Ciri experienced these visions after saving the young unicorn and then went unconscious for a time. Years later, Little Horse would meet Ciri yet again and help the young girl harness her power to jump through time. However, she could not easily control this power, often spending a significant amount of time traversing the multiverse until she could find her way back home. Ciri does eventually learn to control this power much better, able to travel exactly where she wants to be, although sometimes she doesn't even realize that she's arrived at her destination. Once when trying to reach Geralt, she teleported to the top of a snowy mountain, but not seeing Geralt anywhere in sight, she thought she had screwed up, so she left, and wouldn't you know it, Geralt showed up minutes later and attempted to follow her tracks, but she had already teleported out. She was also able to refine this power even further, using it to travel small distances within the same area, which became a very useful mechanic for the games, which came out years after the start of the Witcher book series. Now, I didn't cover everything surrounding Ciri's power, but that is the general rundown of where her powers come from, how they manifested, and how she chooses to use them in the future. If you guys have any additional questions, please be sure to leave those down below, and any videos you want to see on a Witcher subject in the future, please let me know. I've been reading through all of the books, trying to get as much information as I can for you guys, so suggestions really help us out, as there is a ton of information from the show and the books to go over. If you guys would like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. It does really help us out, and if you want to support us directly, you can consider becoming a member. Be sure to follow all the social media that you see on screen, and remember the motto, it's Witcher over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.